What's up, guys? Jordan Schumacher here, and today we're doing something a little different. So I have four questions that were emailed to me, and so I'm just going to answer them all in rapid fire, kind of Q&A format. I'm pretty excited about this. This is something that I might like to start doing at least once a week, and so we'll go through it. We'll see how it goes, and depending on if you guys like it, let me know in the comments. And hopefully we can start doing something like this, kind of rapid fire questions once a week. I personally enjoy answering questions way more than just getting on a camera and preaching or ranting. So if you have any questions, please send them to me via email. My email's down below, jordan@mockermedia.com. Yeah, so let's just jump into it. So the first question that we've got is, sorry about that, I meant to switch the camera and it turned off. So the first question that I've got is from Chanessa, and she says, well, it's not going to focus. There we go. Chanessa says, I came across your YouTube video and binge watched them. I now reading through your wordstream.com university recommended reading on PPC. Do you have more recommended reading to become an expert in SEO strategy, etc.? How do you keep abreast of all the information in industry news? I ask because so much happens week to week. I often feel I'm playing catch up if the news is not mentioned on CNBC.com or Forbes.com. Any tips? All the best. Yeah, so great question. So the answer is I don't. I don't really consume any news at all unless I see something that's interesting to me and then I read it. But like I promise you, I don't read CNBC or Forbes.com ever. Simply because like my take on that, and it might not be the right take, but my take on it is if what's happening is not something that either I can impact or that is not directly impacting me personally, then there's better things that I should be paying attention to. Things that I can control, things that I can impact, and things that do impact me directly. And so as far as like how I stay on top of changes to Facebook and things of that nature. Well, first of all, I'm in the Business Manager every day. You talk to a Facebook rep, once every 2 or 3 weeks. And so anytime that there's a major change like that, I see it or hear about it. As well as I'm a member of a lot of Facebook groups. And so about once a day, usually in the evenings, I'll just basically, the only reason I'm on Facebook is for advertising and then Facebook groups, and so Facebook has learned that about me, and so really the only thing I see in my newsfeed anymore is posts from various groups, and so if there is some big thing happening, usually about half a dozen people will go and complain about it in the groups, and so I'll see that, and if it's something that interests me, then I'll dive into it a little bit deeper and go from there, but really the answer is I wouldn't worry about it. Simply because 98% of news is just speculation written by people who have no idea what they're talking about the subject matter at hand. That's no fault of their own. That's just the journalism and news industry. So if you're trying to stay abreast of like specific news that's actually specific to you, Facebook advertising has a blog where they release their own like firsthand primary, like, hey, this is a change that we're making, etc. So I would follow them and just get the news straight from the source. Same thing for AdWords. They have a blog. Google's SEO, I forget what it's called, but they have a blog specifically from Google. And so, yeah, just decide what you want to be up to date on, and then just get your information straight from the source. That's a nice thing. You don't need to go through gatekeepers around bottlenecks and people like disseminating the information for you, when a lot of times people will come to the wrong conclusions and then report about that, and then you're misinformed anyways. So that's kind of my take on that. So next question comes from Michael Viz, who has an ad. He had a few questions. He's running an ad to try and get clients for his new agency. Asked me to take a look at it. And so let's do that. So here is his video. And my headphones are plugged in, so you're not going to see any audio or hear any audio, but that's fine. And so basically it's just the ad's basically just saying, hey, we'll handle your Facebook posts and Twitter posts for small business owners, and you can focus on growing your business. We'll handle the social media side of things. So the ad itself is, in my opinion, really, really great. Here's the landing page that it goes to. So the ad itself is great. Like, it's an engaging ad. I really like the ad, honestly. Like, the ad's good. The landing page, I think can use some work. So basically, there's no direct call. Like, I land here, and first of all, this picture in the back is like a real person, and the ad was illustrated. So I would make this probably an illustrated picture, just because there's kind of some dissonance there. And there's no direct call to action, like FB Twitter posting every day $1.99. Like, I'm not really sure what to do. There's a number there, but like me personally, I never really want to talk to someone on the phone unless I'm 100% sure I want to buy. About us, this is a little bit more useful, but again, like, as a business owner, I don't really care about you. I just care about what you can do for me. You talk about Facebook ads here, but then you talk about just Facebook and Twitter posting up here, so that's a little bit confusing. Let's see, $1.99 Facebook and Twitter posting special, content for 365 days. How do you know what content to use? What does that look like? And then you've got a really, really long and kind of confusing services and pricing. I would cut all of this down and only offer one like introductory price, just to remove the decision making from people. And then when you actually engage with people and have a dialogue with them, you can explain how your pricing works, and let them know. But this is really, really confusing, and there's no way as a business owner I'm ever going to read all this. And so really, I think like the ad itself is good. I think that for a service like this, and again, test it, your mileage may vary. But one thing that you want to focus on is what's in it for the business owner. And so there's very few small business owners out there who are looking for more Facebook posts and more Twitter posts, right? Like, most small business owners view social media as a necessary evil. And so no one's going to buy like Facebook posting. They're going to buy results. And so what I would recommend doing is just like changing your copy to be completely results focused. So what results do you generate? And what type of clients do you work with? And so for something like this, where you're going to be handling their content, until you have a proven track record, I would recommend changing all of your copy to focus on a specific niche, because that way then, like me, as let's say I'm a gym owner and I go to your website, I'm like, oh, you focus specifically on gym owners, so that means that you probably know what content is successful for gym owners. And so like I'm somewhat more comfortable about the idea of working with you, because this is your focus. You know how to handle my audience as a gym owner, whereas like the way it is now is just you generically, your services for anyone, which it very well may be, and that's fine. But like, let's say I'm a dentist and I come to this site, I'm not seeing that you've worked with any other dentists in the past. You don't mention anything about dentists. Like, yeah, you say you'll post for me every day, but I don't, like, what does that mean? What posts are you going to be putting out? How do you know what content to put out for my business? I think I'm going to pass, and then, they just bounce. And so I would really tighten your messaging on a single offer and a single niche to start with, until you can get some case studies and build that out. And then as soon as you do get a case study, I would definitely put that front line and center on this landing page. And then lastly, have a very clear call to action. Like, very clearly tell people the next step you want them to take. So if that next step is to get them to call you, then like say very clearly, call us now, we will answer, or, whatever. If you want them to fill out a form, have a button there. Click this button to get in touch with us now, something like that. But other than that, the ad looks great. I think that the landing page and the offer can use some tweaking. But I thought it looked good. And yeah, keep up the good work. Like I said, I was really impressed with that ad. So next question is from Sebastian, starting the social media marketing agency course from Tai Lopez, and just had a quick question. how would you do social media for a copywriting company? They're based online, but have absolutely no online presence. Initial thought was to create both an Instagram and Facebook page for them, and then offer a promo. Do I think this would work? Sure, anything can work, right? Well, I won't say anything about Tai Lopez and his courses. That's fine. Yeah, so the first thing that I would do is take a look at who this copywriting company works for and where their ideal customers are found, and then just build them a presence around that, right? Like if this like I have no context about this, but like if this copywriting company, let's say that they only work for, they only do work for like B2B industrial corporations. Instagram is probably not going to be your best bet for them, just because their core customer is not spending a lot of time on Instagram. Facebook probably be a good bet. LinkedIn maybe. Industry-specific forums, definitely, things like that. And so first thing I do is audit where their ideal clients hang out, and then go meet those people there online. But anything can work, and so you just have to test it and find out. What would I suggest you charge for this, if anything? So if this is the very first time that you've handled something like this, and you're not confident that you'll be able to get results, then I would not charge anything. And I would work for free in exchange for a case study and a review, and build up, build from there. So do this one project for free, crush it, hit it out of the park, get a badass case study, get a badass testimonial, and get some referrals, and then start charging, because now you've proven to yourself and to the market at large that you can get results, that your time, is worth something, that there will be an ROI on what you charge. So that's my thoughts on that. Best of luck to you there. Sebastian, last question. Hillary, my name is Hillary. I'm from Nigeria, and I really want to thank you for the huge amount of information you've given on your YouTube channel. Thank you, Hillary. I'm interested in doing what you do, but I'm finding it difficult to find clients because of my nationality. Getting clients is difficult. I need advice from you. So, Hillary, what I would recommend you do is watch I think it's my most popular video on YouTube right now, about getting clients. And what I would recommend you do is join Facebook groups and other online communities where your target client hangs out, and just start adding value and just following the process that I laid out in that video. Just add value, and work for free at first if you have to, and then just build up from there. It's not a fast process. It's not easy. Like I'm very empathetic. Getting clients is not easy at all. It's the number one problem that new people coming into my Facebook group have, is client acquisition. And so if getting clients was easy, everyone would be doing this, right? And so, like I'm empathetic to the fact that, you're from Nigeria, your English might not be as good as a native English speaker's. And so it might be more difficult to get American clients. And I'm empathetic to that. But at the same time, I know tons of people from the Philippines and overseas working with American companies doing really tremendous work. And so I would say don't let that hold you back. Let your results speak for themselves. And if you approach a company or a person and say, hey, look, like, I'm from Nigeria. My English isn't the best, whatever. But I know that I can get you these results. Let me prove it to you for free in exchange. And if it goes well, like, just give me a testimonial. Let me use you as a case study. Maybe we can work together in the future. Maybe you can refer me some people, and just do that. I think you'll find that most business owners are very receptive to that, or will at least try and find some work for you, because most small business owners understand the hustle, and they respect that. Like, I know if someone reached out to me and was like, hey, like, I'm just trying to, get some experience. Is there anything I can do to help? I would try and find them something to do. I might not have anything, but I would try, because I respect that hustle. And I think you'll find that as long as you're approaching it from the perspective of actually adding value to a company, I think you'll find that most businesses, most founders are very receptive to that. And so that's what I would recommend on getting your first client. It's a hustle, it's a grind. It's not going to be easy at all whatsoever. But if you keep at it, like it'll happen. It'll happen. You'll get there. So that's the last question for today. I hope that you guys got value out of this, both those of you who asked me questions and then the rest of you listening and watching to this. My question for you is, did you like this format? Did you get value out of it? Did you kind of like the more rapid style Q&A format? Please leave a comment down below with what you thought. And if you did like it, maybe we'll try and do this on like a weekly basis to where all of you guys watching this, if you have any questions at all, just shoot me an email. I'll save those questions, and then once a week I'll put out a video answering those questions, and yeah, we can keep this going. I really enjoyed it. This was a lot more fun for me, mainly because I didn't have to think about what to talk about. I just answered questions. So, you know, the less work that I have to do, the better. But no, I hope you guys got a lot of value out of this. If you did, please subscribe to this video. And like I said, my question for you is, did you enjoy this format? If you did, let me know in the comments. If you hated it, let me know in the comments. If you just want to say hi, let me know in the comments.